Hey, good morning, Dan, or good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, morning. Hey, David.
You doing all right today?
Good? Yeah, very good.
Thanks so much for taking the time to be interviewed. I've asked Dan to be interviewed because he's doing something really unique there in Phuket, Thailand, where he feels that God has called him to start an international church and an international school side by side in the symbiotic relationship. And so I said, hey, Dan, could you tell us a bit more about that? Because I've seen God is working through business with international churches all over the world, and we want to highlight that a little bit and get to come to understand it better. So, Dan, you start out by telling us, what led you to this crazy idea?
Oh, okay. Well, previous to Phuket, Thailand, I was living in Penang, Malaysia. And in that place, there are, hundreds of missionaries. There's an amazing international school there that's Christian, Dalat International School. They came from Vietnam to Penang about 50 years ago. But in that time, more and more missionaries went to live in Penang. And now Penang has reached, even Malaysia has reached 10% Christian, hundreds of missionaries. Now, when we came to Phuket, we went, wow, this is very similar to Penang. It's an island. It's a beautiful place. There's lots of expats. It's a great place. But what's different? And I realized they didn't have an international school that Christians were happy to send their kids to. And I looked at Chiang Mai, Thailand, and the same thing. It's in Thailand. It's not even as nice as Phuket, I would say, but there's literally hundreds of missionaries, and they have an international Christian school. And I realized if we have an international Christian school here, or at least a Christian school that Christians are happy to send their children to, that they know is run by Christians, loves their kids, promotes positive family values, and teaches them, to love Jesus, I know that we can have a place where other missionaries will choose to come. They can choose to come here and make disciples who make disciples. And we also can have a bunch of workers that can then reach people around us. And Thailand can be like Malaysia, or at least Penang, where it went from 0.5, 1% Christian to 10%, because right now we're 0.5% Christian. Hey, we can go to 1, we can go to 2, we can go to 10% Christian too. And I believe the international church, the international school kind of symbiotic relationship, like you said, could be that catalyst.
That is incredible. I think you've already answered my next question. My next question
Oh,
was, what's your overarching goal? But it sounds like to give an opportunity for missionaries to come and a place for the kids to be so they can transform Phuket. Is that right? Would you add anything to that?
yeah, and that's the first step. It's making sure that we have a place where missionaries feel comfortable to come so that we can reach Phuket. We can reach South Thailand in general for Jesus, because this is a place that a lot of Muslims, a lot of Buddhists, that we've had missionaries here for hundreds of years, and really been very difficult to get traction. So if we can do it here, I believe we can do it anywhere. And that's the goal too. Do it here, have a good system, have a good way to do it, and then we can do it in another part of Thailand, another part of Asia, another part of Europe, another part of Africa, another part of South America, another part of the world. But I don't want to get too big here, but I think if we can do it here, we can really do it anywhere in the world.
Well, I love your passion for it. It's so exciting. It's infectious. Now, just one clarification here. You're talking about the school for the missionary kids and how education can be this great catalyst. But what about kids who don't come from Christian families? Are they able to come to the school? Is there a mission to reach them? Help unpack that for us, please.
Yeah. Okay. When we started the school with just my kids, I said it's a Christian school, and people didn't want to come. And a quote I love is this: Gandhi said, I love your Christ. I don't love your Christians. They're so unlike your Christ. And I know that doesn't go for any of the people at your church or people watching this, but it happens. And people have this negative connotation sometimes. So I actually talked to some of the people that started Dalat and other international schools, and they said, focus on education. Be the best at education, and then you can do whatever you want. So that's what we're doing. We're trying to be the absolute best at education, the best teachers, the best curriculum, loving the kids, and people have already started to see the difference. So that's what we're trying to do, is have a wonderful place where anybody can come, where anybody is welcome. They feel the love of Jesus here. They feel the love that can be here. And then we can go on from there. Afterwards, we can start to, or we actually started to introduce things like Alpha, things that are non in your face, forceful, but help people to see the truth of Jesus. And we don't even need to push it because, well, we have a secret, we have a kind of an ace in the hole, we have the Holy Spirit. And we can present it to them in a loving, caring way, and then pray and allow the Holy Spirit to really touch their hearts.
That's awesome. And I'm guessing, not to get off on another aspect of this, but I'm guessing that the work you're doing is also opening up doors with government officials and other leaders there that gives you some great influence for the kingdom there. Is that true?
Yeah, I mean, we're connecting with a lot of the other school leaders, which a lot of the governor's kids and a lot, the high ranking officials and things, their children go to the international schools. And we're getting to talk to a lot of them, to introduce them. And also some people have actually started coming to the church because they've gone to the international school. And so, yeah, there's going to be a lot of opportunity to reach people in places of influence, whether that's, government officials or police officers, or just people with a little bit more money that can come to the school and, yeah, really impact this place. Yeah.
Yeah, those upper middle class, those that may be business owners, and they have influence as you impact them. It's beautiful. And I love the symbiotic relationship where as their kids come to Christ through the Alpha course or whatever, you've got the church to help disciple the whole family, because the school can't do that. And that's why you need the church.